Pass the marmalade, please, Hancock. There you are, Sid. Thanks, but that's butter, Hancock. I've done that bit already. I'm moving on to the next layer. I'm sorry, Sid. I'm a bit distracted. I've got a strange letter from the council. It's just told me I'm dead. Nah, you don't look dead to me, Hancock. Just chuck the letter in the bin with all the others. That lot are all dead from the neck up, aren't they? They're probably trying to drum up custom for the new council crematorium. No, I just can't shrug it off, Sid. I feel like someone has just walked over my grave. What if I am dead? Then you better get used to people walking over your grave, Hancock. But how can you be dead? I'm sitting here talking to you, ain't I? What does the letter say? Dear Mr. Hancock, I am sorry to hear you have just passed away, and we would like to explain how you can get a tax exemption. Well, that ain't so bad, is it? Not if they want to give you money and all that. Makes being dead that much better, doesn't it? The letter's signed Alfred Chum. I'll go and see him tomorrow at the council office and find out what's going on. I can't let people go round thinking I'm dead, can I? Who knows where it will all end up? I might have a heart attack or something. What will my girlfriend Ivy say if she finds out? She's always saying she's going to find someone with a bit more life in them. Shop, is anyone there? I need some assistance. Shop.
What's that strange knocking sound? This place must be haunted.
It's not haunted. It's me. I'm the one banging. I need some help.
Are you a ghost?
Of course I'm not. Are you Mr. Chum? We need to speak.
Come a bit closer then, where I can see you. You're all blurry like a cloud. What's your name? Not once for A, twice for B, and 3 times for C.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm Anthony Hancock of 23 Railway Cuttings. You wrote to me.
That's right, I remember you. You were dead, ain't you? Most unfortunate. So you must be Mr. Hancock's ghost. Pleased to meet you.
Of course I'm not dead, and I'm not a ghost. As you can see, I'm alive and kicking. I came here on the bus. How many dead people do you know that travel on the bus?
Well, there's the number 49. Most of them are dead on that one, miserable lot. Unfortunately, I can't help you if you're dead. You won't be on the council list.
Will you stop this nonsense immediately? I can see right through you.
Well, that's funny, isn't it? I can see right through you as well.
This is absurd. How long are you going to keep this dissimulation up for?
Not long. I'm going to lunch in a minute.
My good man, kindly call your supervisor, will you? I want to make a complaint.
I will, but we usually ignore complaints from dead people. Woo-wee! Mr. Gross!
Mr. Gross, is it? Well, I'd like to complain about your clerk here, Mr. Chum. He keeps saying I'm dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hancock. It's best to ignore him. Give my commiserations to your wife, won't you?
But... How did it go down the council, Hancock? I met the fool who was trying to make out I'm dead. And Mr. Chum he is. I think he's one of those neurologically diverse people we've been hearing about. All neuro they are and no logically. Yeah, but you put him right though, didn't you, Hancock? I did try, Sid, but unfortunately his supervisor appears to have had a lobotomy as well. Just put it behind you, Hancock. Nothing bad's going to happen, is it?
Good evening.
What are you doing here?
I've come from the council to tidy up the affairs of Mr. Hancock.
That's me. Stop talking as if you're talking behind me back.
You haven't got a back, have you? Or a front, for that matter.
What affairs? Affairs? What are you talking about, affairs? If you mean the lady from the greengrocers, it's all lies. Anyway, I'm a naturally tidy person.
You're a tidy person, Tony. Is it all right if I call you Tony?
No, it's not. Go away.
Who's this chap? I'm Mr. Chum.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Mr. Sid James.
Now let me see. Oh dear, I haven't got a Sid James on my list. You're not dead as well, are you? Hang on a minute. I've got a Sidney James Hancock. Yes, number 23 Railway Cuttings. I thought for a minute it was coming a bit of a black spot here.
I'm just a lodger.
I know your sort. You're probably trying to avoid paying council tax, ain't you? Right, back to work. Where are all the valuables? I've got to check them off my list and then make a will. Unless you've already got one, that is.
I already have a will, thank you very much.
Let's have a look. Who are you leaving it all to?
I'll just go and get it. Wait a minute. No, I won't. Stop poking your nose in when it's not wanted. You'll get a punch up the bracket if you're not careful.
Well, you can try, can't you? But your hand will go straight through me, won't it? Being a ghost and all that. I'll only be scared if you start saying boo and woo and clanking chain.
Are you doing this on purpose? I'm finding all this quite insulting.
All right, I know it must be a difficult time for you. I'll come back tomorrow. Perhaps you'll be feeling a bit better.
It's a funny thing, Sid. Life and death, isn't it? Well, the first one's a lot funnier than the second, isn't it? I prefer life over death myself every time. I don't know. This has given me a chance to think about death, Sid. I feel like I'm staring it right in the face, and it holds no fear. There's people think I'm dead, and I just don't care. I think I prefer being dead, as a matter of fact. There's only two things that are certain in life, Sid, isn't there? Death and taxes. I wouldn't know. I've never paid any taxes. That's it. As I'm dead, I can't pay any taxes either. I don't need to pay my council tax. That's 3,000 knickers saved. Look, I've got the council tax demand here. I'll take it down to the tax office and tell Mr. Chum I'm not paying, as according to him, I'm already dead.
Good morning. Oh, that's funny. There's nobody there.
Of course I'm here. You should have gone to Specsavers, shouldn't you?
No, but I've been to Spectre Savers, haven't I? You've come back to haunt me, haven't you? Well, what do you want this time?
It's my council tax. I have brought my chequebook with me.
Oh dear, Mr. Hancock, the cheque is blank. You can't write anymore, can you? You're a ghost.
Yes, indeed. The cheque is blank, Mr. Chum, because if you remember, I am dead.
Oh, good. You're going down to my way of thinking then.
So, as I'm dead, I can't owe you anything, can I?
I'll have to think about that. Haven't you got any money?
I didn't know that ghosts had money.
Well, the poor ones ain't got any. That's life, isn't it? You're going to have to borrow some then, aren't you?
If you remember, I can't borrow any money because I'm dead. Banks don't lend money to dead people, do they? You can lend me some.
No, stop messing about. You must think I'm an idiot.
Funny you should say that.
Well, I don't know. If you don't want to pay your council tax like everyone else, you'll have to prove you're dead, won't you?
But you've been saying I'm dead all week.
I know, but you can't prove you're dead, can you?
Well, if I can't prove it, neither can you.
So you better pay your council tax then.
In which case, if I pay my council tax, will you admit I'm alive?
Go on, pay it, and then I'll tell you you're alive.
No, you've got to admit it first.
No, you first.
In which case, we'll have to do it at the same time, won't we? I'll write the cheque out, and then just as I'm in the middle of signing it, you can admit I'm alive.
Yes, all right then. I've got this big rubber stamp. It says living, and I'll stamp your cheque. And I've got another one that says deceased. I used to stamp cheques where the people are dead.
How very efficient.
I'm known as Mr. Efficiency here at the council office. Go on then. Are you ready? Start filling the cheque in, and on the count of 5, you sign it and I'll stamp it. Make sure you don't get your fingers in the way.
Right, £3,000 you say?
Yes, that's it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
You didn't stamp the cheque.
I missed. Anyway, you've done the right thing and paid your council tax.
You missed on purpose.
I know, I'm the office clown, aren't I? I have everyone falling about.
Do you often play jokes on members of the public, Mr. Chum?
Yes, Uncle Scott. I always knew you weren't dead. It was just a silly clerical error. We make them all the time. You're the 15th one I've done this week.
Well, this time, mate, the joke's on you, because I am actually dead, and you're the only person who can see me. You're what they call psychic.
No, stop messing about.
Yes, indeed. You have a rare gift, Mr. Chum. You can see the dead. You're definitely psychic.
Am I? People just think I'm stupid.
I can assure you, sir, you are not. Undoubtedly, you're the only one who's been able to see me so far.
Well, would you believe it? All this time I thought I was making it up, and it was actually all real.
Yes, and you could make a lot of money doing this sort of thing, Mr. Chum.
Could I? I never thought of that.
I'm going to tell you something I haven't told anyone before. Listen up. Come a bit closer. When I was alive, I buried a lot of treasure.
Treasure? You didn't, did you? Where?
No, I'm afraid I can't tell you. My lips are sealed.
Oh, go on.
Oh, very well. Here's the address. I write it down.
Epsom Road. That's where the chairman of the council lives. So, exactly where did you bury it?
In the middle of the lawn, as it happens. So you managed to get even with Mr. Chum then? Yes, would you believe it? He's going to dig up the leader of the council's lawn. Make an awful mess he will, and be sacked for sure. I wish I could be there to see the look on his face. So where's he going to be digging, looking for your treasure? You wouldn't believe it. The house is owned by Leslie Fish, the chairman of the council. Number 36 Epsom Road. You must know it. It's the big white house. I've told him it's out on the front lawn. A big white house? On the front lawn? That's where I buried my loot from the last job I did. There's loads of antiques and jewellery buried there. Thanks a million, Hancock.